Hi everyone, Gig Coach Jake here, back with more tips and tricks to help you increase your earnings. Now today, I want to talk about how to make $25 an hour or more doing gig work. Now, obviously behind me, what I'm going to use, GrubHub and DoorDash. Yes, as always, this is market dependent. There are going to be a select few of you, your market, you're not going to be able to make this kind of money. But for the majority, it is definitely possible. Now, before I get into the tips, let's talk about why these two apps are the perfect combination. Now, both apps give you a lot of information on the incoming screen, right? We get the pickup, we know where the drop off, we also know when the pickup by time is. That gives a great idea. On top of that, we have a guaranteed amount. So with GrubHub, you know exactly how much money you're going to make for now, unless they make some changes, right? DoorDash, you have a guaranteed. You could potentially make higher on some when there's a higher tip. Now, you don't always know, but those who have been doing this a while, they know which ones on DoorDash pay out higher. I'll have a video coming soon on how to find those. But anyway, back to this. So, with that being said, all that information gives you a great idea to set yourself up for success, right? Now, DoorDash is a lot quicker and more efficient. I will tend to do DoorDash offers and be pickier in GrubHub. Reason being, not only they're more efficient, but on GrubHub, I tend to get the higher offers. But you have to be patient for it. We don't have time to sit around all day and reject offers and make no money, right? So the best option is to turn on another app and stay busy and make some money. Now DoorDash, yes, a lot of offers, $5 to $6. Some markets a little bit higher. But think about how quick you can get those done. If you're making good choices, I can get a $5 offer done in 10 to 20 minutes very consistently. Now, again, being picky and using both apps allows you to set yourself up for success. Now, say that I'm on a GrubHub offer. When I'm close to dropping that off, I'm gonna turn on DoorDash and start to filter through some of the requests as well, knowing that their offers are done pretty quick after when you accept the offer. A lot different than GrubHub, right? The average wait time for GrubHub offer after you accept is 15 to 20 minutes. A lot of wait time. But what can we do in that downtime? We can run a DoorDash delivery based on your information, your market, and patterns. You can take notes and start to figure out which merchants are quick, take shorter distances, and again, be pickier with GrubHub so that way you can make more money on there. Acceptance rating is irrelevant. I know there's a lot of videos out there. There's a lot of crap saying if you don't have 50% or higher, it's BS. I'm going to have a video coming out real soon that shows you all on GrubHub how I have 5% or less acceptance rating and I average $750 a week on only 50 deliveries. Yes, $750 a week on only 50 deliveries. Talk about being efficient, right? Now I also make some extra money on DoorDash too. So in the meantime, if I run DoorDash, I can easily make $1,000 a week in my market here in Phoenix, Arizona. Any other big markets, this is very possible too. Now, things go in waves, right? As they hire on any app, there's going to be a flood of drivers and it'll be a lot tighter for a little bit. Now, just think about DoorDash. The majority of people using my DoorDash referral unfortunately only did 100 of the 200 deliveries. They did all that work and didn't get that payout that they would have got in the end when we got some love. Those that still want to try DoorDash, make sure you check the information below in the description. There's a referral link. Email me. I have a great offer for you that makes sense. It'll make it worth doing the bonus and the 200 deliveries in a short amount of time. Anyway, back to how we're going to make $25 an hour or more using these two apps. With both apps, you have the ability to reassign. Yes, you can reassign. We're independent contractors. It is within your rights. So say that I accepted a DoorDash offer for $5, right? It's a quick, short one. But I got a GrubHub that was $15 or $20 or even more. Now, you can take the chance and you can try and get that DoorDash done. Or if you don't want to risk it, you can just go and simply and reassign. So go in there, hit help, can't do this order, and select the reason why. Now, again, you're an independent contractor that's fully within your rights. Read your DoorDash agreement. It says it in there. And why would they have a completion rating and a 70% barrier if you're not allowed to reassign, right? DoorDash, keep it above 70%, you're good. So that means 3 out of 10 offers, you can reassign if and when you need to without having to worry about deactivation. Now, GrubHub, they hide that metric. So you want to be more careful in that one. There's a lot of drivers that have been paused and deactivated, and they don't know why, but they were going accepting and reassigning offers. They were looking at the notes, seeing if there was a tip, seeing what was going on. So they were taking some of these lower offers, hoping that they were going to make more based on what the notes said. And they would go and reassign. So again, on GrubHub, limit the amount of times you reassign. But if we're being pickier there, it's not going to matter. We're taking offers that make sense. So you won't have to reassign it very often there. But DoorDash, you have 3 out of 10, 30%. That's a lot of leeway and flexibility with both these apps. So again, if you're on a DoorDash offer, you get a really sweet GrubHub, you can reassign, no problem. The hang up on that is if you're at the merchant you already arrived in DoorDash, it makes it a little bit harder. Now again, you cannot be held hostage by any offer. So if you have to go in and start the chat and get that reassigned that way while you head to your GrubHub offer, do so. Be in control of your destiny, right? Again, you're an independent contractor. Power of choice. It's all up to you. Now with that being said, and we know why these two are the perfect combination, let's talk about how to actually make that 25 an hour. Now, we already know our goal, right, of 25 an hour. And if you want to make $1,000 a week, that's 40 hours. So in the beginning of the week, you need to schedule out your week. And we need to schedule around the peak times and days. So say that in your market, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday are slower like mine, you really don't want to load up on hours and spin your wheels in the beginning of the week. You're going to be very burnt out by the end of the week. Now, say Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday are the busier days. You can work 10 hours a day on those 4 days, hit your 40 hours, and your $1,000 goal if you're working smart and being efficient. So, with that being said, you have to take a lot of notes and figure out the patterns of your own market. Now, also have to take into consideration holidays, right? So, maybe Monday is a really good day for you in your market. I know some other people, Monday are some of their best days, not here in Phoenix. But say that it's like Memorial Day or one of those type holidays. It's not going to be as busy. So you really have to think about that, right? What's going on? Put yourself in the situation of a customer. Think, would I be ordering food? Where would I be ordering food? Why would I be ordering food? Is it lunchtime? A lot of businesses, right? Think about how many businesses where the people all pull together for an order because they don't all want to pay the delivery fee, right? That leads to a higher tip when they're all going together and they don't have to pay a delivery fee themselves. You also think about dinner time, right? Where in your market where there's families, where there are going to be bigger orders, maybe there's parties. Is there like, perfect example is March Madness going on. There was a tons of orders going on during that, right? There's all the basketball games, people home watching it. So you really have to think about what's going on. Pay attention to events, right? So holidays, events, keep all those things in mind when you schedule in the beginning of the week, your 40 hours, 50 hours. Now, in the beginning, you might have to schedule 50 hours. And as you refine and get better, you can nail it down and get down to 40 hours. Now, what do I mean by that? You have to take notes every week. You have to track everything. That allows you at the end of the week to go back and look and reflect and see where you made some mistakes, where you could have done better. We all learn by mistakes, right? But if you have no clue where you're making any mistakes, how are we going to get any better? So track stuff. Make notes. It can even be little notes. It doesn't have to be tedious. I'm very simple. I use my Stride app. After every delivery, I'll stop and start so I can put little notes in there, information. Now I know after time which places and spots are faster, which ones took me longer. And I'll be like, yeah, you're on my no-fly list. That, boom, you get a star. I'm going to hit that place a lot more, right? Then allows you to make better choices in the future. Then you have these bonus times, right? So GrubHub, I know some weekends they're running some of these higher delivery pays to get all these orders done, right? So they were paying higher delivery pay on no tips and whatnot. Those are the times you want to load up on hours. So pay attention to your local Facebook groups, any one of them, right? So any place where you can get information on your market is important. There's Reddit. There's a lot of places out there. But the more information you can collect, the better decisions you're going to make. So DoorDash, they run those promos all the time, right? So I know on Monday I got a text notification, lets me know from Monday through Thursday. I looked at most of those for this week. They were all like $1. That's not worth it to me. It's not going to make any more. I'm going to choose based on what I want. I'm not going to chase whatever deliveries for plus $1. So make sure that one of those promos and you are doing 85% acceptance, then it's worth your time, okay? And if it's $1 or $2 and you're going to be running all over your region, you're not making any more money. That's not efficient. That's not working smarter. Though on Friday, you also get notifications, right? So you'll know Friday through the weekend. That'll give you an idea when you're going to work. Now, they run these pretty regularly, so you really don't have to wait till those come out and have an idea which days are going to be busier. Yes, it changes. You're always going to have changes. You're always going to have to pivot, adapt on the fly to way the market and these companies change things. Now, it's an ever-changing system, so again, just pay attention, even if it's going on Facebook, right? Or any social media source. The next thing you have to do is you have to work busier areas. So one way to find that is you can go on the customer app and look for the merchants. You can go on your Google Maps and you can save all the different merchants. You don't want to be on the outside. So think about it, right? Position yourself for success. Now, if I'm in the middle of all these restaurants, I have a lot better chance of getting pinged, not to one, but all of them. So increase your probability of staying busy, right? So busier areas could be lunchtime, right? Where there are a lot of businesses. Nighttime, a lot of suburban areas, where's apartment complexes, tons of apartments, things like that. Again, every market's different. You have to track, take some notes, and find the patterns. Find the patterns, position yourself for success, and be profitable. The way you have to do that is you have to test. Don't be afraid to try new things out. Test, test, test. Find out what works really well, what did not, scrap that, and repeat. Rinse, repeat, refine. Keep doing the things that are working really well. Last but not least, you have to cherry pick, even if it's just a little bit. Now, if you have a 90% acceptance rating, guess what? You're a cherry picker. If you don't accept 100%, you've cherry picked somehow, some way. Now, it could be merchant based, right? You're cherry picking, you're just avoiding the places you know are going to be a headache and are going to take forever. You could be cherry picking based on distance, closer distances, keeping yourself within a region. GrubHub is a huge region, right? They'll send us wherever. DoorDash, it's a lot nicer that you have a smaller region, keep yourself in an area and not get kicked everywhere. It could be based on dollar amount, right? So we're cherry picking on GrubHub, looking for the higher dollar amount payouts because they have a lot more. Why is that? Their default tip is set up for 20%. DoorDash's is 10%. A lot of times the customer goes with the default, especially if it's a lower, right? So unfortunately, just because DoorDash has that one difference in the app for the customers, that leads to lower tips on average for all of us. The cherry picking can also be based on pickup and drop off, right? So say that now I'm on a DoorDash or GrubHub, vice versa, and I'm getting offers in. I want to cherry pick based on getting an offer that's going to be close to where I'm dropping off, setting myself up for success. So perfect example, say that I'm doing a GrubHub offer. I'm filtering through DoorDash and I know that they're going to be done pretty close to when I get done with that one. Now I want to be able to get an offer done as fast as possible, keep bringing money in, right? So say it was a $15 GrubHub offer. I get a close, quick $5 DoorDash. Now I've just bumped that up to $20 and I maybe did that in 15 additional minutes. And potentially, I got another GrubHub offer at the same time that's going to take 15, 20 minutes to be done. So you see how working multi-apps really could set yourself up for success and by being just more efficient alone. One way to cherry pick on DoorDash is looking for higher bill total. So you can look for the item count. Item count, if you really don't know your market in the restaurants, you're going to have no clue. You need to know the average dollar per item to have any idea. You could still be duped. I've picked places where, say it was like 20 items. I'm like, sweet, it's going to be a huge bill. Once I've accepted, I go and look at the information. I want to see what that bill total is. Now again, based on the fact that there's a default tip of 10%, you could expect that you're going to get 10% of that bill on average. So if it's a $100 bill, I'm probably going to get a $10 tip plus the $1 delivery pay from DoorDash. You might get higher. Sometimes they do pay out higher. You don't always know. But a lot of times when there's a higher tip, there's less delivery pay. But DoorDash subsidizes. There's so many times where there's no tip on an offer or a low tip where I got paid out pretty good from DoorDash. So with the good comes the bad and vice versa. So if you get duped, you accept a DoorDash and you're like, crap, it's $12, $20, $30. I know the payout on this is only $5 or $6. I'm looking for something better. No problem. Again, go in and reassign. Hit the help. Can't do this order. Payment too low. Right? You're an independent contractor. You have the right to reject any and all offers, and you have the right to refuse up to 30%, reassign up to 30% on DoorDash. GrubHub, be careful. Hidden metric on that one, so don't reassign too often there. Now, the other thing you need to avoid on DoorDash is order when arrive. Now, if you're brand new and you don't know, say that you accept, you want to go on the information. If it tells you you have to order or pay when you get there, you need to reassign that immediately. If it's a big bill, if it's order arrive and it's a huge bill, you can call and place that order at some places. Now, don't say, hey, I'm with DoorDash. Call in, place the order, give your name. That way they get the order started. You maybe can go another offer, or maybe they at least get it started before you get to the restaurant. So very importantly, when you accept an order and you're newer and you don't know all the merchants, that you go check all the details. That way you can make a better decision before it's too late. So the best way to do it in my market is to wait for higher payouts on GrubHub. Now I know typically, like I said, on average 15-20 minutes before I can even get the delivery pickup, it's about half an hour on average. I can get 2 deliveries an hour. What's that mean? If I want to make $25 an hour, my minimum better be around $12, $13 for GrubHub, right? So with that being said, I'm a lot pickier with GrubHub. If your market, you don't see many higher payouts, it might be different. Again, you have to test, gain a lot of data, figure out how many deliveries you get per hour, and then what decision you need to make $25 an hour. So I know that I get plenty of payouts that are up to $15 an hour on GrubHub, but sometimes it's a little bit longer in between. So I have to stay busy with DoorDash. I can get 3 or 4 DoorDash done an hour, right? So say that I get 1 GrubHub at $15 and a half an hour. I can get 2 DoorDash done in a half an hour at $5 a piece. That now gets me my $25 an hour. There's so many different combinations and ways where you can make that $25 an hour or higher, but it's very important that you multi-app and use 2 like these that are great combination to be successful. Now I have a multi-apping video that gives great insight, actual screen share of me on a delivery, accepting, rejecting. So go check out my multi-apping video for actual screen share of me doing it myself and giving a tutorial. I hope all this helps you make more money, be more efficient, and have a lot more fun while you're doing this job. Again, in the description below, referral link for DoorDash. Email me, gigcoachjake@gmail.com. I will help you one-on-one hit that, make more money, and get some more money in your pocket at the end. As always, be safe out there on the road, have fun, and work smarter.